Good morning and welcome to another Rose Red Micro Moment Monday, where we're going to do two, I think, fun things today. The first one is I'm going to introduce you a little bit more in detail to the book that goes on sale today, which is our new bread book, Baking Bread for Survival and Enjoyment. And that will be launched for the first time ever at a sale price of 20% off the regular price. Regular price is $9.95, so it will be 20% off of that price, and that starts today. So I thought you might like to see a little bit of a prelude to what the book looks like. So I have it here in this notebook, and it is, as all of our books are, a PDF only that you download, or you can keep it on your computer and always read it in the electronic version, or I'm giving you license to print one copy. The price pays for one printed copy that you can print yourself with permission. So here is what I always keep our books in, these little notebooks. Here is basically what it looks like. And this is my final editing copy, so you're going to see a few little notations of things that I need to check on. Here's the table of contents. The table of contents will be available for you to download as a prelude, as a preview. And so you can preview what is going on here. And there are lots of recipes, lots of illustrations. It includes an appendix where I give nutritional information, I'll show in just a minute, on all of the grains that we feature in the book. And then there is also a glossary of terms in case you may not be familiar with some of the terms. Now, the book includes a lot of extra explanations than a lot of cookbooks would do. For instance, this is stocking your kitchen for baking bread, and I go through a list of equipment that I think is in order of essential, important, and then optional, nice to have. And then the same thing with some ingredients. We're not going to go through this page by page, but there's lots and lots of illustrations in the book. I tried to make it so very, very clear. And there are several sections, including, and you can see this by looking at the index, there are sections on, I need to turn it this way so I can read it here for a second. Information on working with whole grains, how to bake bread off grid, and then we go into the recipes, which include the yeast breads, using pre-ferments, quick breads, batter breads, sourdough breads, flat breads, bread machine recipes, gluten-free recipes, and then the appendix. So I just want to show you an example of the appendix where I give nutritional information on each of the grains. Here's the nutritional information here, and then a little bit about the grain right there, and a resource for you to read more if that's what you would like to do. So that is basically what this book is. And it is, don't expect a lot of really fancy breads in here. That's not the purpose of this book. The purpose of this book is to prepare us for being able to perfect a set of recipes of your choosing, for being skilled at baking off-grid if the time ever comes when we are having to move to that kind of a situation. And so it's more basic breads, and breads that require ingredients that are very likely to be in our food storage and that lend themselves well to baking off-grid. So here it is. And I'm so excited at the release of this book. I've worked very hard on it, spent several months doing research from a lot of very expert bread bakers, learned a lot myself, which is always fun. So that's item number one for today's micro moment. So let's get on to the second thing we're going to talk about. We are a true learning community. We learn things from you all the time, and it is delightful when that happens. And this little micro moment was precipitated because we learned something from one of our viewers. She asked a simple question. She said, "Pam, one thing, pull the wooden handle out of your rubber scraper." And that was it. That's all she said. And so I thought, oh my goodness, I wonder what she means by that. And so I went into the kitchen. Here are my rubber scrapers. These are my favorite rubber scrapers. And I have had some of these for years. They've been through the dishwasher zillions of times. I have sanitized them. I've done all kinds of things to keep them very, very clean. Or so I thought. I have never pulled the wooden handles out of these. So let's see what she meant by that. So, can you believe that? Now, it's not stinky, but it is very, very black, and it's blackish stuff. So there's one. So do all of them have this? Oh my word. And this one?
I wonder if it has anything to do with age.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I can get this one off. Yep. And surely not this one. This is a plastic handle with a rubber scraper. Oh, it's not too bad, but there's gunk. And then, of course, this has been one of my most used ones. Oh, it's not too bad at all. Well, so what is lurking in your rubber scrapers? I know many of you have already ditched this kind of scraper for the newer kind, and that's exactly what I am going to do. I don't think there's anything lethal on these. I've used them for years without getting sick using them, but still, it's just the thought now of knowing what is lurking on these handles that has made me decide I'm going to go a different direction. So I went to Amazon and found out what the latest and greatest type of rubber scrapers are, rubber spatulas. And I bought 2 packages of these, and I can't remember which came in which package here, but I really got some fun stuff. I got one of these and I thought, well, I don't need one of these. I already have 2, but oh well, I'll take it. And so here I have 2 just exactly like this, and these are fairly new, but they're 2-piece. And so I pulled this one out, and it is fairly clean, but already I am preferring and will be looking now for 1-piece molded silicone type of rubber scrapers. And so look at the different shapes that are available these days. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because some of you are already well aware, but you know, I'm old. So sometimes I can be a little bit behind the times on some things, but I'm looking at this and think, ooh, this is perfect to reach down into a jar like a mayo jar and scrape out and then spread on bread or whatever. And for smaller size jars, these are great. And then look at these 3 over here. Are these the cutest things ever? Look at this. This is a little scraper on one end and a little spoon on the other end. And so I can get the last little bit of ghee out of those small jars that we have. So I'm very pleased and appreciate our viewer for telling me, Pam, just one thing, pull the wooden handle out of your rubber scrapers. It has changed my life. So I thought I would just share that with you. This is a fun thing. I know some of you are going to say, what are the links for those? And so I'm going to put them in the Amazon store just in case you want to take a look at them. But Amazon has tons. So will your local store. And I'm going to now focus on the 1-piece molded silicone. So that's it for this micro moment. Thank you so much for being with us. And we will see you again next Monday for another micro moment.